Oh, here we are. Hi, everybody, and welcome to, welcome to Cartooning Animals with Alicia Dianne. I am your host, Alicia Dianne. I'm trying to see my viewer. I'm not sure. There we go. Hi, guys. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. I am doing very well and very blessed and highly favored, I guess you could say. I feel happy today, and I hope that you guys are feeling pretty happy too. Today we're going to be doing some more wildlife drawing. We're doing cartooning animals today, so yay, hashtag yay. Don't fail me now. Come on, sound effects. So welcome, you guys. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Quarantine is almost over, I think, but we're still going to be going through whatever we're going through, but let's just hope for the best. Anyway, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So cheesy. And I'm going to be talking about the animals that we're drawing. I'm going to be doing parrots today, so let's see. Here we are. I think this is the right screen. Hopefully it's the right screen, but I'm not entirely sure. I think this is right. Okay, so hopefully this is the right, correct screen, and I'm gonna be, I did a little search of some, let's see, there we go. So I did a little, what I did was I did a Google search of parrots. I'm gonna start it like where I started from. And I found these images of different types of parrots. Some of them are like scarlet macaws, some of them are different types that I don't really know the species of, but I guess I will either find out or not find out. Indian ringneck parakeet, there's all different types of parrots when you just do a Google search of an animal that has or a variation of something that has, I'm trying to turn on my TV, sorry. Like something that has like all types of different species, they're going to show you all of them. Just like if you Google search a giraffe, they're probably going to show you all of the giraffes, and not everybody knows that there are a couple different species of them. They have different patterns. I guess that's how you tell them apart, and they're in different locations. But hopefully this video is going to start up soon. And I'm sorry, I didn't drink my coffee yet today. I'll turn down the volume because I like to have a little background ambiance while I record. So anyway, I just started going at it in Photoshop with these kind of just loose drawings. I just started sketching the animal that we're going to be cartooning today, and I just wanted to get sort of like an idea. I always prefer to do this when I'm doing cartooning, especially with animals, just because there's so many different types of animals. As you all know, there's billions or whatever. So every time you do an animal, even if it's a similar species, it's always a little bit different. So I like to just kind of get a rough idea, especially if it's my first drawings of the day. And this is my first drawing of the day, and I did actually, it's my first drawing of like the whole weekend. I was planning to finish on my sketchbook because I only have like 2 or 3 pages left, but I just got all caught up, and I'm doing like some home renovations, I guess you could say. So some reno. I'm trying to pretend I'm like property sister. That's what I'm gonna call it. So maybe I'll do some what is it calling? Vlogging of my my renovation, and then we'll see. I'm also trying to pick like a theme music, which I will probably do here with you guys. I don't know, maybe I'll just do it by myself. I was supposed to do it today, but I was already running late, as per usual. But the good news is, better late than never is usually my mom's motto, because I don't know if you have one of those families, but I always did have a family that kind of, we were late for everything. Yeah, I was pretty late for everything growing up, and I still kind of have that habit. I'm getting out of it. It's almost fully corrected, but not always. Anyways, you see, this is my first. I was sketching the. Or can you guys see my pointer? Point. Yeah, I was sketching these guys over here, and I was just putting them into Photoshop. And I did a couple more because birds are funny. Like sometimes birds can be really easy to draw, and you can just draw a bird and it will look like an amazing drawing, like, oh, that's so realistic. Like, it can look really amazing because sometimes they're kind of like a cheat animal. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but I kind of feel like sometimes, like, people do their best animal drawings with birds. I know that I sometimes do my best animal drawing with birds. They sometimes, maybe because their bodies are so simplified, you know, you don't see any muscle. It's just like a teardrop shape, kind of like it's their body. They still have the kidney bean thing going on with, like, as you guys can see here, they have, like, if I was to go over this, oops, don't want to move it, but if I was to go over this, I could definitely, you know, simplify the body with that kidney bean shape where it's going in, where the stomach goes in, there's that fin there, and then you have the chest and the lower torso. But anyway, I need the answer. I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. But anyway, they are simplified. They have this heart-shaped body, and then their head, and then they're really basically simplified. So it can be really easy to draw birds, and I would definitely recommend drawing birds if you're just like kind of starting out or trying. I'm putting something on in the background. Don't mind me. I don't know what to put on in the background. Should like to put on like a Disney movie or something, but I don't have Disney Plus, and I don't want to get Disney Plus unless I'm a Disney employee. Then I'll get Disney Plus. But I have so many DVDs anyway. That's why I feel like, why should I get it? I have all the Disneys already. I already have like all of them. So why should I go and buy them now? But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was talking about birds and starting drawing with birds. Yeah, I always start off, I mean, you guys know I always start off drawing at the zoo with the flamingos, but I also like think that it's a good animal to practice if you're still kind of new to animal drawing, or even if you're not. I mean, they can really look nice in your portfolio because, like I said, it's kind of hard to mess up on a bird. Even though I messed up on this, I messed up several times on this bird. So I was kind of struggling with getting the beak to be the right angle. So I think I definitely erased that beak, yeah, because I wasn't getting it. As you see, it kind of looks like he's smiling. You see how his beak is going up, and I think for a minute I was just kind of making his beak go shaping down, and that was like, which is typically the mouth of a big cat. Their mouth is shaped down, but they're big cats and they kill everything. But birds are happy creatures and they don't kill anything but bugs usually, and unless they're like pelicans or hawks or raptors. But you know, like a parrot does not go around killing people or animals, I don't think, other than insects. At least I don't think so. I would hope not. That would be very sad. That would be horribly sad. Let's see if there's something I can put on. I want to get into what I've been watching on Netflix slowly, but I don't want it to be like, I don't want to bore you guys with my Netflix drama. I'm at the end of my semester, so I'm kind of celebrating. I'm not officially done yet, but I'm right there, so I'm kind of early celebrating because, as you may or may not know, I'm at the end of my graduate degree program, so I'm done with school for now, well, with formal school for now. So I feel pretty happy about that. So I want to like celebrate and take some time off, and I've kind of been doing that by binge watching. Binge watching Netflix. I am not a typical binge watcher of anything. I usually, well, not like stop what I'm doing. That's what I mean. Like stop what I'm doing and just watch TV. I almost never ever do that. I always have TV on. It's like my background noise. It's something I like to gaze at while I'm doing other stuff. But it's very rare that I just like stop everything and just watch what I'm watching. And I've been doing that lately with this show that I'm kind of getting, I don't want to say addicted because that sounds like such a negative connotation, but I really like it. It's called Married at First Sight, and I've been watching it like crazy over the last last couple of days. I don't know how many, but I'm almost done with. There's only one series on Netflix, but there's only one season on Netflix, but there's like 9 seasons altogether. And it's a really, really good show. Just saying, it's really good. You gotta see it. If you haven't seen it, I hope that you guys get a chance to. Alright, just a couple of them. Tarzan. Turbo. I love that movie. It's not a Disney, but I really love that movie. To DreamWorks. I looked up Granny, and the weirdest thing happened. All this creepy, like, Roblox. Like, my son plays Roblox all day long, every day. But these weird grannies kept popping up. Like, creepy granny. I don't know what that is. Apps on Google Play. I don't know. I had to look up grandma because Granny was just this weird, creepy digital grandma that kept like showing up, and I'm just like, what is that? I don't want to see that. I want to see a regular. Look at that flexible grandma. I didn't even notice that before. That's like muscle bound grandma. That was funny. I'm gonna look up something while I'm sketching here for you guys. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today on the agenda was that fear paralyzation. And I mean this when, like, it's like when you start something new. It's almost when you start anything new and you're not totally sure that you're gonna get a great outcome, and you kind of like stop yourself from doing it because you don't want to try, because you don't want to mess up. It's that fear of failure, but just ever so slightly kind of fear of failure, because I noticed that I have that sometimes, and it's always with something that I'm not sure I'm that great at yet. Like, I experienced it today while I was doing this, because I'm so accustomed to digital drawing. Like, I'm so comfortable with that, but I'm absolutely not totally confident in my cartooning because I haven't done it as much lately as I used to, and I'm really uncomfortable with digital painting because I haven't done I haven't done like a bunch in a while, and I haven't done a bunch ever that I feel like is the quality that I want it to be. And it's really scary because I noticed that I was feeling some fear today when I was doing this. When I started getting into the color, I was like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna fail at this. I don't think I'm gonna do that great. What if my caricature isn't funny? What if I don't get these angles right? I think all kinds of things. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? I'm just gonna try, and if it sucks, then it sucks. But easier said than done, right? I was still nervous about it coming out badly. And to be honest, I don't think it came out great, but it didn't come out badly. And I think I have to get used to just doing stuff anyway and doing things that I really want to get good at, because one of the things that I really, really want to get very good at is digital painting. I want to be able to digital paint in such a way that it looks like not digital paint. And I have an issue with that because I do tend to oversaturize my paintings, my digital paintings, and I'm getting used to not doing that. I oversaturize and really, and I hate oversaturation. I don't like the word hate, but I really don't like oversaturation, so I don't know why I always do it. I just have a hard time picking desaturated colors. And if this is like sounding like Chinese to you, or if you're Chinese and this sounds like Russian, or if you're Russian and this sounds like Navajo, then like what I mean by desaturation is when the color is the purest color. So like I have a color wheel, I'll just take it down because why not? So this is like a color wheel, and like this is like your pure color is like your most saturated color. But as you go down, this is actually a watercolor wheel. I wonder why it already looks desaturated on arrival. Oh. But as you go like into these are the desaturated colors. So in watercolor, that would just be mixing more water to desaturate. That's what you would do in watercolor. But in if you're using like more standard paint, or I mean watercolor is one of the traditional mediums, but if you're using any other medium, basically adding white, black, or gray will desaturate your color. Adding another color will not desaturate your color. Adding white, black, or gray will desaturate your color. Adding gray specifically is the best way to desaturate, because that is your color but less bright. I mean, because adding black to your color is going to make it a shade, and adding white to your color is going to make it a tint. But when you add gray to your color, which is actually just going 90 degrees on a Photoshop wheel, I'll pull it up later if I remember after this talk is done, but I hope that makes sense. Just taking out that pure color, because nothing really in nature is pure color, because everything is affected by light. Everything is affected by things around you. So even as you see now, half of my face is in shadow. I said shadow because I was gonna say shade, but I said shadow and I got mixed in the middle. And then half of it is in light, so none of it is like bright, whatever my color is, orange. And like none of it is all shadow. It's this mixture, because light affects everything. You know, we wouldn't be able to see any color if it wasn't for light, and so that's why nothing in nature is really fully saturated unless you put it under like I don't know, if you get it perfectly, I don't know, and you take it into Photoshop or Lightroom and you mess with it, maybe, but everything is affected by light, and so nothing really looks like fully like bright like a crayon all the time. It's like there's different variations, and I just like, even if you look at this in the photos that I have there of the parrot, you can see like it's bright. That's a brightly colored parrot, but only small amounts of it are really its brightest bright. You'll see like there's shadows out of the neck, and then there's this, you can tell like what the sunlight is doing. It's almost like it's a cloudy day, and it feels like it's a cloudy day, and it's like just the gray from the sky is kind of reflecting off of different parts of the feathers, and I can see that. I don't know if you guys, how well you guys can see that, but I can see that. Or maybe it just finished raining, or maybe it's about to rain, but you know, it's still in a tropical looking climate, but it still looks like it's affected by rain or clouds in some way. But anyway, oh yeah, I was talking about the fear thing. Yes, I mean, it directly relates to what I'm talking about right now. It's like, I mean, I understand, that's the thing too, I understand color, like basic color stuff, but it's so hard for me to apply to my art sometimes because I'm so accustomed to painting fully saturated and painting fully, and that's why I think I get afraid to like paint sometimes, or like digitally paint specifically, because I'm afraid I'm gonna make these really obnoxious, brightly colored, like, you know, cutout things, and I want to make something look really natural and beautiful and attractive and appealing. Of course, I think everyone wants to make their art look like that, but that's one of the things that I kind of go through, or like, you know, think of. And so this is not the finished edition of this drawing, but I got it to a point where I felt like comfortable to share it and comfortable to use as an example of just pushing through and doing your characters. Not all of them are going to be amazing, but don't be so hard on yourself that you feel like, alright, well, this is not worthy, because it is worthy. And I think my parrot, even if she's not like the most amazing period, is still worthy. I was been thinking more about focusing on one drawing for these videos, because I'll do several, like I'll do like so many like short versions, and I never have like a finished one, like something that I can actually use. I have a million like quick drawings in my files, but I have, well, you know, to me at least, very few finished images that I can actually use in my portfolio and update my portfolio constantly. And it's kind of frustrating to me, because it's like, I feel like that's a waste of time almost. It's not a waste of time to do the drawing, but it's a waste of time to just only do quick drawings and not finish them, not have more finished pieces that I can actually showcase, you know. And I think that is really what attracts people to your page, to your website, to your Instagram, and to your whatever it is that you're trying to do, your portfolio, is seeing those finished drawings. I mean, of course we can all have rough drawings, but it's always better to have more finished drawings, because that's what people are gonna ultimately judge your work on, is your finished work, not your almost done work, or not your test work. Is always going to be your finished work. I noticed that regardless of people say, oh no, we want to see the rough, you also want to see the finish. Like, don't lie, boo. Like, it's so true. Like, people want to see the finished result, because they want to know what they're going to get from you, and that's all that people are really interested in, is what they can get from you. So but in a way, it's true, isn't it? I like the sound effects. I could get used to this. Anyway, I was gonna look for my YouTube like theme song. I want a theme song. Is you call it a theme song, or would you call it like an intro? I'm gonna start it today. How about that? How about that? We're gonna start doing it today. Imagine if I can find something. Anyway. But I do get to a point where I feel pretty like this is a cute little, it looks like a little chicken, but it's my parrot lady. I want it to be like, I think how I want to do it. I used to have this other one that I did on a couple of videos. Sounds this. Let me know in the comments. There's also, I don't know. Let's see. I want to see if maybe. Where do I have the rest of my music? I got a bunch of like audio clips. There's a ton, so you can find any royalty-free music that you find online. Oh, I got it. I got a text message. Let's see. Okay. I want to see if I can find some theme music. You know, this is a weird thing to be doing live, but I mean, why not? You guys can edit, of course, if you don't want to listen to me, you can always just mute me and watch the drawing. Well, hopefully you don't mute me, but it gives you see, like, it's just coming more to life. Obviously, it's not a Rembrandt or something, but I had fun with it, and I just started playing with the lights, doing what I know about lights. I didn't, like, go all out, but I don't want it to get, I just wanted her to feel like a little bit less flat. So I played around with, got some different brushes, and I just created a clipping mask. If you don't know how to use a clipping mask, YouTube search clipping mask in Photoshop, and it'll show you how to make a clipping mask. What it does, it basically allows you to paint over a layer without affecting the areas around it, so you don't have to worry about it, like, you know, coloring in the lines. It automatically colors in the line for you. That's what a clipping mask does, or that's what you can also do, locking the layer, but that will paint on top of your flat color. And if you want to paint on a new layer, make the clipping mask. And if this sounds like Chinese or Russian or Navajo, then just draw on sketchbook. That's the easier way to do it, I guess, would be. But you see, when it comes down to it, she's not so bad. I mean, she's not, like I said, Rembrandt, but she's not so bad. Let's see. But I was afraid. I was really afraid to like draw because I'm afraid of my digital painting quality at this moment. But I also understand that you can't get better at anything without practicing, and I tell you guys that, and I want to practice what I preach with that. And even though I feel afraid, just go ahead and do it anyway. And even though I might be a little bit oversaturated sometimes, just go ahead and give it a try. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but it can be cute, it can be fun, it can be a learning experience. That's the most important part, that it's a learning experience, because if you're not learning, then I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly, but you know, sounds, maybe that's it. Maybe I should have something really epic. It's not in sounds. Sound is like sound effects. I don't want sound effects. Sound effects is like this. That sounds like this. I don't want that. Maybe I can, oh, this is it. Maybe I should do something dramatic. Like this. Since I'm using some of these sounds from a website that clearly states that you have to give them credit. It's free, but you have to give them credit. Some of these sounds are from Ben Sound, BENSOUND.com. They have royalty-free music. You just have to give them a shout out when you use it. So thanks, Ben Sound. And trying really hard to not be obnoxious, guys. I don't want to be obnoxious, but that is the end of my drawing for today, and we're going to cut it short today because I just have 30 minutes of drawing and I don't want to bore you guys with this myself. But thank you guys so super much for drawing. Let me know if you have any inspiration for me to use as my theme song for when we start up here. I want it to be fun. I want it to be a place where you guys can feel like, alright, I'm back in my zone, or whatever. So I will cut it back to me, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Cut it back. There we go. Alright, so that is the end for today, but it's not the end forever. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Leave comments, go to my YouTube and subscribe at Alicia Dianne Art, and share this video with anybody who likes drawing or likes animals or whatever. I thank you guys so much for joining me, and I appreciate your support of just your eyeballs here, so I love that. And have a great week. Be safe, wear your mask, please, over your nose, not out. That's not cool. And be grateful, live balanced, and most importantly, be yourself. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.